Yo, big up yourselves. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. Jack from JLC. Big up yourselves. Yeah, we're back to normal work now. Back to electrics, back to what we know best. In today's video, we will be changing around some sockets, lighting, things like that. Just simple stuff, but I thought it'd be good for people to see, obviously for apprentices, things like that. We're going to go through how we split down the ring, change around different locations of sockets, how we run the cables through, and there's wall lights and a centre light to go in. So there might be a bit of chipping and changing around with the neutrals, things like that. So yeah, big up yourselves. Also big up our latest channel members, Jamie Swain and James McSwiggan. Hopefully I got your names right, fingers crossed. Big up yourselves, you are legends for joining the membership. If you do want to join the membership, the link is in the description. Get yourself a shout out from your boy. Also big up all the channel members, all the original channel members, all the new channel members, big up yourselves. So yeah, we'll get in there now, get the tools in. While I'm doing that, run a ting. Just before we get going, also a quick big up to everyone who came over to me at CEF Live, had your picture took, had a little chat. That was awesome, really awesome, and it's really nice to hear people talk about the channel, talk about how much they enjoy it, things like that. If you don't enjoy it, tell me anyway. So here we are in the room we're going to be working. Look at that, perfect canvas for us. All the walls back to brick, nice. So what we're going to be doing is moving around the existing sockets and ting. We've got a socket going there, we've got two doubles going there, we've also got a double going down there behind that bag, and possibly one there. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure there's another one there. So what we're going to have to do is find out where the legs of the ring are, disconnect all the links in between, and then sort out what we're going to do from there. We've also got two existing wall lights, and they are fed from a 2-gang switch on the wall. There's no neutral at this switch, so I'm going to have to find a neutral, bring it down to the switch so that I can feed a centre light off it as well, because there's not one at the minute. We've then got to do something with the BT master. So the BT cables clip around the outside, comes in there on top of the windowsill, which is a bit pants. I'm going to put it down there next to the double sockets for the router to plug into, so there's no cables trailing anywhere. Don't know if I'm meant to mess with the BT cable, but I do. I do. I'm just going to join on in a whisker box outside, pull a Cat 5 in into our master, and then pretend I've never been. We've also got this, if you see that single there, that blank, that is the internet cable coming from the CCTV into the router. So I'm going to go outside, unclip all that, hopefully move that over as well so that it's closer to the router, so it's all a bit tidier. Let's get some tools out, get the power off, start stripping. So I've turned the power off now. I have turned the power off, as you can see. Socket testers in, nice. Both of these sockets have got a radial off somewhere, so one of them goes straight up that cap in there, so that might have to be rejoined back on. And then we've got another one, radials down under the floor there, but there is a cable I can see here which goes to a socket in the hallway, so hopefully it's just that and we can join back onto that, but I'm probably going to run the cables under the floor anyway and then stab up to them. Nice. I'm going to get the socket boxes laid out now, get the laser up, get them all fixed on where we want them, and then we'll look at wiring them. So I've picked up on the metal of the capping just to magnetise the laser to. That's set me up a nice line right the way around. Two double knockouts there, and a single. A double and a single there. There's a TV aerial down there that's got to go up into a single for an aerial point. I've got another double here and then another double over there. I'm going to get those fixed, get the knockouts in, and then sort out our cable routes. So boxes are all screwed on now. I'm going to start lifting these boards. First thing we need to do is get the gripper off. So wherever it's pinned, just prise it up. This one's in strips to be fair, so it's nice. Yeah, so we're going to have a cut there on the board to get to that socket there. Cut here so we can get our new cables up to there, and then we're going to have one in each corner where we've got the cables. We're going to be cutting them up with the circular, so I'll set the depth on that and just run down the tongue and groove and then across where the joists go, where it's pinned. So that's there, if you can see that, there's nails. So get that up, run down the tongue, and then the board should just lift up off the screws. Nice. So now that that's up, get the crowbar in, get the board lifted, hopefully. So that's lifted up nice, revealing the void underneath, so we can rod round the room from under there, and then obviously pick up on our old connections there. Nice. I'll get the rest of them chopped up. So just before I get the rest up, that spur that goes off, if I give that a pull, you can just see over there that it is that joint. It does sound like there's a JB on it though, so when I get that board up over there, we'll see a bit better. But if it is that, I'll just put that leg into that socket over there, make it a bit closer for me, and obviously this socket that it's into already isn't going to be there, so I'll just spur off that socket there. It'll just go down under the floor, through the wall to feed the hallway. So I'll give that cable a pull now, cut it off, and it was literally just from that socket through to the hallway. So what I'll do is get another knockout out of there, get this back under the floor, bit of oval conduit straight up into the socket, so this will be the one that we spur off out to there. That gets rid of the third cable there. We've still got another there, which I don't know where it goes yet. We'll break a hole in the ceiling, see where that goes. But yeah, this one's sorted anyway. Floors are up now, cut all the corners up, cut the one there for the connection. This is what happens if you don't cut deep enough. Yeah, just split the bottom off the board, but it'll go back down perfect anyway. So I've got cables to run up through there, up to there, and then round the room. I've got two legs of the ring to run into there, and then straight under the floor to our last point over in that corner there. It's about 6,000 degrees, so I do apologise if I'm a sweaty mess. Look at me. What time is it? 10 o'clock. Sweating. Let's get the cable drum off the van, get the runner in, get the rods in, get them in. Cable runners out the van, Super Rod Cable Jack Plus, nice. And super rods. Just wanted to show you this that I picked up from CEF Live. Little bottle opener, yeah? And then on the end, that cleans the threads out. So if you get any crap in them, that literally turns in and out. Yeah? Cleans it all out. And mince that. So that'll be sitting with them, not the bottle opener, because, you know, shouldn't be drinking beers at work. I don't drink anyway, but, you know, some might. Some of you might. Some of you might drink at work. If you do, hope you get away with it. Hope you don't. Same. Don't know. But yeah, just thought I'd show you that. Mint. I'm going to get the rods under the floor from that corner over to this corner. And what I'm going to do, I think, the first leg of the ring, I'm going to take to there. The last leg, I'm going to take to this corner here. And we'll bounce through right the way around the room, obviously to join the legs back up. So I'm going to get a cable now from this corner to that corner, that one to this one, that one to that one, and then our original legs, we'll get them round at the end, get them joint on, and then this makes this room a leg of the ring as well. Nice. I know I'm moaning, but this heat is ridiculous. You can hear the hay fever in me now. Ran out of tablets, so I'm going to suffer today. Nice. So, our original legs of the ring come down here. There is another set there. What I'm going to do with those is just join them up in the ceiling, get rid of them. And then these two legs that come down this capping, I'll loosen the capping off and show you in a minute. Basically, what I'm thinking of doing is coming across the ceiling and dropping down to that socket there. So I'll have one leg dropping down, then I'll carry on through the ceiling and down into that corner to drop our last leg under. That way, everything in this room's brand new, apart from the original legs. I have tested it all anyway. I did a fuse board upgrade on it. Beginning of the year or last year, something like that. So I know everything's sound, I know it's a ring. It's going to be nice. So I'm going to join those up above the ceiling in a Wago box. Nice. Going to join these if I've got to, if there's no slack, up above the ceiling again. One to there and one to there. I'm going to cut some hatches out in the ceiling now. I'm going to have to do that anyway because of the lighting. I've got to get a pendant into the middle. Now, without the neutral at the switch, I'm not quite sure what they've done. whether there was a pendant here originally. There is 2 switches, but the wall lights didn't work before, so they're not sure what the other one does. But it looks as if it comes to here first and then bounces off over to that one, because there's a single switch wire there and 2 here. So not sure what the other one does, but we'll disconnect it if it doesn't do anything, because we're going to be putting a pendant in. What I'm going to do then is cut the hatches in the ceiling, get this capping off and see what we've got to play with. Also, because of my new plan, I have put the floor back down because I've run the cables in ready. They've just got to be ovaled up the wall, and this is what I've done to get the boards back down. So because of the cuts I've made, it's still nice and neat. I've put the original nails back in there in that side, and then I've just put a screw in where there was no nails this side. There is nails there, I just thought I'd put one in to bring it a bit more flush. So I've got that down in every corner. I've still got this one to put down, so I'll show you that now. When I've picked this board up, it's left the nails in the joist there. So what I'm going to do is de-nail that side. We'll then lay the board back down and put screws in both ends, obviously because the original nails, they're no good once I've ripped them out. So old nails now out. We're going to slot this back in as it was, give it a tap down because of the bits of wood underneath, and then we're literally, with the holes where the nails were, we'll screw back down through those because the screws are a bit thicker than the nails that were being used. So get these down into there, and then we'll just put 1 or 2 this side. What I'm going to do is just put them down in between the cut, just to bring them both down. 1 more in that side, and then I'll start cutting the ceiling. I can get this carpet back down now once this little bit of gripper is in place. So we'll get that in, give it a tap down. Nice. Took all the capping off now just to reveal the cable. Single cables, reveal yourself. Sorry. So the ring goes up there, lighting goes up there, ring goes up there, and then that one joins to that one. And then I found this in the ceiling. Nice. So I found out what we got here is live and neutral in, live and neutral off to the next light. So we'll be keeping that. This one was then a switch wire that went down to the switch. The single black was in its own little connection, so I assume that would have been where the pendant was. And then this single neutral goes off to the wall light. So what I'm going to do, put a joint up here or put the pendant here, and I'm going to take a twin and earth down to the light switch so that we've got a neutral there as well, and then I'm going to rewire the wall lights from there, probably a feed back up to here as well rather than using that one. In fact, I might use the switch wire they'd used. I might just put the neutral in with the neutral rather than have it as a switch wire, and that feeds the light switch there. I've just thought about what I've said with this. I don't actually need to do anything, do I? Because everything's in. So our black there, that's our switch wire to the pendant, and the red is the switch wire to the wall lights, and then the neutral comes off there. So I've either just got to tidy this up or pull it to where the pendant is, and then we've got everything, because we'll be feeding the permanent live with the switch from the permanent live here, all our neutrals together, and then we've got this which goes down to the switch and back up as a switch wire. So I don't need to mess about like that. I just need to tidy the wall light cables up and get them in their zones, because that one was just thrown across. And yeah, that's the lighting done. I just try and overcomplicate things, don't I? There's no need for any of it. I've literally just got to get a box back on there, refeed the 2-gang switch on there, refeed the 2-gang switch, well, a new 2-gang switch, and just sort all this out into the pendant. What am I thinking? And obviously put them in the zones. So I'll get them clipped down into their zones where we want them. We'll sort out a pendant for up here and go through the connections of what we're going to do there. And then I've got the rings still to connect on and drag round. And then I've got some tidying up to do. Jeez. Change of plan again. So I've joined onto those cables up there. I've joined those 3 as well. Got those in the ceiling. Joint onto those cables there, and then I've brought them both down here. So that second one that's on the drum, I'm going to get the floor back up there, and just run it straight under, and that will make up our legs of the ring. I don't know why I was planning on making loads of holes. The joists go this way, so I'd have had to cut a full trap out the ceiling, and obviously without messing around with the lights. I didn't really need to. So I'm just going to run it straight down, straight through the back box there, and then back under the floor and off to our other socket. So pendant now, we've got our live neutral and earth in, live neutral and earth out, and then we've got a switch wire going down to the switch, so a permanent live. When the switch is switched, sends it back up the black, and I'll oversleeve that brown in the light fitting. That'll give us a permanent live and a switch live, and then we've got a single neutral that goes off to our wall light. So all the reds off the live in, live out, and the switch wire in together in the loop. Single black from the switch wire will be sleeved in brown into the live in the pendant, and then our neutrals are all together in the neutral terminal. Just like that. So earths, we've got 3 neutrals in there, 3 permanent lives, and then our switch wire sleeved in brown into the live. This is going to be left hanging because it's not the final fitting. They're going to have a fitting to replace it. So when I change the wall lights, I'll just put a new pendant or whatever light fitting they've got up in the centre. Last thing for me to do in this corner is the BT master socket. So I took it all apart, stripped it down, pulled the cap. I'll show you. So it comes down here. It was clipped up under the window, straight the way around, and then it just poked through here somewhere. So it came up there, came up here, clipped round, and then up and through the window. All I've done is pulled it back. I'm going to drill through now, take the cable back through. This will be clipped up when I come back. I haven't got any clips at the minute, but yeah, it will be. So I'll drill through, put the master socket next to the sockets. Nice. Master point, what I've done is left that there. This one, so they can plaster, and just pull these through a hole, and then this pattress will sit on the finished wall level with the sockets. Nice. Wall lights done. Switch and pendant, and I'm still boiling. Oh. Yeah, near enough done here. I'm going to have a little tidy up now, get the stuff together and get off. Done. Big up yourselves. It's a bit later in the day. I've had to go to a call out. I forgot to do the end of the video. Here it is. This is the end of the video. So yeah, all done there. Nice simple job really. Hopefully a few of you can learn some things about moving and adding sockets and things like that. But big up yourselves for watching anyway. This video is also sponsored by Tradify, so big up Tradify. If you don't know what Tradify is, it's the app we use for our business management basically. It runs everything from our customer databases, quoting, invoicing, all that ting. It is awesome. Check it out, link in the description. If you like it, use code JLC50, 50% off your first 3 months. But I wanted to talk about a new update that's on there, which I think is awesome. And that is now, when you're doing a quote, there's a thing called quote options. So basically you can put different options for the customer to select when they've accepted the price. So you could have, we'll be using it for if we're using decorative finish or white plastic. So there'll be 2 separate sheets, tick sheets. One will say white plastic with a set price, and one will say decorative finish. So they'll choose a selection from the ones we have on the van. We've got a little display that we show the customers, which is nice. But yeah, they can select which one they want to go for, and that will then add it onto the quote. So it's all finalised. Everything's down in writing, and you're covered for everything. Everybody knows what you're doing. Everybody knows what you're fitting. Obviously, it's not just for if you're doing decorative. It's anything you can have an option on. So yeah, I think that is an awesome update, and I wanted to tell you. But yeah, if you haven't checked it out, do check the link out for a free 14-day trial. Big up yourselves. Big up everyone for getting this far in the video. Big up everyone for being here. Big up my members. Big up you watching, yeah? Leave a little like as well if you've enjoyed the video. If you haven't, leave a little like anyway. And let me know what you think in the comments. If you haven't pressed that subscribe button, please do consider hitting that, because we are nearly at our goal of 5k. When 5k comes, I'm going to be doing a giveaway on here. Don't know what the giveaway is yet, but it will be awesome because I'm awesome, as you well know. Big up yourselves. See you later. Ta-ra.